Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me here today. Here we have my brand new Heritage. This is the Mares Leg. This is chambered in 22 LR. I do own a Heritage weapon already. I absolutely love it. And I saw that they had a Mares Leg. I had to jump in on this bad boy. It looks absolutely beautiful. So let's go ahead and jump into this bad boy and let's deck it out. So as you guys can see here, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. They try to go for a little bit of a case hardened look on this. Doesn't look too bad. It actually looks really nice. It is a side gate, as you can see there. You do load the weapon by pulling this rod out and you insert your 22 LR down in this chamber. But let's talk about the specs of this bad boy. So the overall length is 23¼ inches, very short. The barrel length is 12½ inches. So it's a pretty solid gun. It's got a little bit of weight to it. I think it's weighing in at just over 67 ounces, if I read that right. But back here, you do have your little loop for your sling if needed. Hammer back here, fully cocked. It has a pretty light trigger on this. Very nice, pretty solid actually. You do have your crossbar safety, just like this. And of course, your lever right there. You do have your floating rear buckhorn sight, and of course, a solid stationary front sight. So this bad boy is a 10 rounder, meaning you can shove 10 22 LR in this bad boy and it's going to cycle every single one of them. You also have a nice little case hardened loop up here and in the rear. And believe it or not, this thing is classified as a pistol. Insane, blew my mind. Up here you have an 11mm dovetail, which I'll be mounting a red dot on it because why not? But most importantly, since you guys liked the R95 build I did on my Rossi with the RangerPoint Tactical, you wouldn't believe it, but RangerPoint also makes a MLOK rail for this thing. So I went ahead and ordered that, and I ordered this weapon, and we're going to completely modify this thing. So come along with me for the ride and check it out. So first item on the table up for modification is going to be this stock. Yeah, we're going to take this bad boy off. I'm going to sand it down. We're going to resurface it. And before all you come shitting on me in my comments, why would you do that to a brand new gun? I'm going to throw a picture up on the screen of how this does look with the black MLOK rail from RangerPoint. Anyways, yeah, not a huge fan of the black on brown. I think that the black is going to look a lot better with this case hardened. And of course, this front rail is going to come off completely. So I just much prefer the look of black on black. But we're going to go ahead and do that. So first things first, before working on any sort of firearm, we want to make sure that it is clear. In this case, I know it is. I just picked this weapon up. But the one thing that I do love about lever actions is you can do basically all of your work with a flathead screwdriver. So we're just going to go ahead and take this back stock off. And it's just as simple as take this screw out and the stock should come right off. I keep calling this a stock, but it's more of just a handrail, if I'm being honest. It's not really long enough to be classified as a stock, but matter of fact, in the rear here, we have an 11mm nut that we're gonna have to take out. So I prefer using a wrench, but I don't have one in here. So we're just gonna go ahead and take it out with my impact. Just get it nice right out of there. And then go ahead and pull that straight out. And that should allow the stock to come off now. A little bit more fidgeting. There we go. Just like that, here is our stock. Here we have the stock completely removed. We're going to go ahead and sand this baby down, get it nice and smooth, get it ready for its first coat of stain, and then let it dry, sand it again, poly it. So catch you on a little bit. Have the stock completely sanded down to a great starting point for our first coat of stain. We're going to be using, this is Varathane. It is ebony colored. It's the closest thing to black. It is an oil-based stain along with the oil-based polyurethane. It's a fast drying. This is a warm semi-gloss, so pretty similar to what is on here at the moment. But as you can see there, we had a drastic difference in our color change. So they did a very nice job of staining this, but it did come off pretty easy, which is very nice if you plan to do something similar. Staining is very simple. So we'll go ahead and do that and we'll continue on to the rest. We have the stock, we got a little cloth ready. We're just going to go ahead and dip it in our stain. Make sure not to clot it too much. Wear some gloves, guys. You don't want to stain your hands. We're just going to go ahead, get this all over this stock. It's okay if we get it in here because it was already black to begin with. Just works out better. Nice and easy all over this. Alright, so we've given this a little bit of time to dry, about 10 minutes. I do want a little bit of the wood grain to show, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wipe off this excess here. As you can see, a very faint brown is going to appear. It's more of that wood look. I do love that about this ebony color, is it does leave a little bit to show. And of course, our poly is really going to make this stand out. So let's rub it all off. Look how beautiful that looks. It's so nice. While we wait for our stock to dry, I do have a few accessories I can mount. I am currently still waiting on my MLOK rail to come in, but we do have the Voda2 VRD 501. This is a little ACOG style that we're going to be mounting onto this rail, but of course we need this 11mm to 20mm Picatinny rail adapter. This is by NC Star. It's a 3/8 dovetail to Picatinny rail. This part number is MAD38PS. If you guys are interested in one of these, this particular part is quite nice because it does allow you to get good grab on this 11mm. We're going to go ahead and we're going to thread lock these screws, and then we're going to put them right into place. And then it has 2 set screws that we're also going to thread lock, and it pushes down into the 11mm dovetail and then pushes up on this device to hold it in place nice and snug. Okay, so as you guys can see here, we mounted the Voda2. Again, this is the VRD 501. Very nice optic. I also did install that 11mm dovetail to 20mm Picatinny. Very nice as well. Looks super sleek on this gun. I went ahead and put a nice leather. This is the Wayne Dog. It's a leather strap, 4 lever actions. Just cut it down to fit. Did all the stitching down below. So this is coming together very nicely. Gotta wait till Wednesday for the MLOK rail to come in. And of course, I gotta finish up the stock and then we'll put the rest of it together. All right, so Wednesday came a little early. It's Tuesday and it showed up early, and this thing looks freaking sweet. This is the RangerPoint Heritage Settler 22, made for the Mares Leg, made by Heritage. That is how our stock turned out. Absolutely beautiful in comparison to the front. I think it looks a lot better. It's not as dark as I want it to be, but I could always resurface it and do it a little bit darker if I wanted to. But it turned out absolutely beautiful. So with no further ado, we're going to go ahead and merge these two together and see how it turns out. So the rail itself came with a little bit of accessories. Came with an Allen key. Looks like 2 little pins right there. I'm assuming that's going to be for the set screws on this, but we'll jump to that here in a second. First, we want to take off this front ring, which is holding on our front foregrip. Let's go ahead and take a flathead to this. Nice and easy. Should be a screw on both sides. Set that to the side. Same thing with this side. Right there as well. Now we've removed those. This should come right off the end, just like this. Slide it forward a little bit. We should be able to drop this down and out like so. That is removed. Pretty solid piece of wood right there. So unfortunately, we are going to have to take this front little horseshoe off. We're just going to have to pull that out of the way. And that will release this right here. Just take the follower out completely. And then slide this off. Very simply, all we're going to do is you're going to want to make sure that the front of this open piece goes up and into where that tunion is. And then this back piece is going to line up in the rear. Might take a little bit of fidgeting, but it will go in. After a little bit of light work, I did have to use a non-marring hammer just to tap down here. And then I tapped on the end of it to get it seated nice and right up against that receiver. So now we're going to take the screws that they provided, which is going to be these ones right here. We're also going to be thread locking these. Okay, so we have our screw here. We're just going to go ahead and dip this right in the Loctite. Get it all the way around it, nice and easy. Then we're going to take this and we're going to insert it right where that tunion is. And we're just going to go ahead and screw that right down into place. And of course, go ahead and repeat the process on the other side. All right, so we have the MLOK rail on, and look how freaking sick this thing is starting to look. I absolutely love the tactical look to the Mares Leg. It gives this gun so much character, but we are not done yet. We're gonna add some parts and accessories to really deck this thing out and make it look like a tactical space cowboy Mares Leg. And here we have a finished product. As you guys can see, I did put a Strike Industries hand stop on here. I put the Voted 2 M6LP-G. This is a flashlight laser combo. It is obnoxiously large for this particular weapon. I thought it was a lot smaller when I ordered it. I just want to throw it on, see how it looks. I'll probably go with a smaller one at some point once I find one. But this thing is looking absolutely insane. I'm so happy with the way it turned out. But we're not done yet. We're going to go and field test this bad boy and see how it performs. All right, so it's another freezing day out here in the Midwest, but we're not going to get any better weather anytime soon, so we're out here. We're going to take some shots of this bad boy, and we're going to see how it does. So today we're going to be shooting some Federal. This is 36 grain. This is 22 LR, and as I had mentioned before, this is a 10 rounder. So very simple. All you need to do is take this little slide out, and you can go ahead and drop your rounds inside. The one thing I do like about this rail is it does allow you to be able to pull that out freely. You can get your fingers in there without having to dig down in there or anything. So very nice chop at that end, and let's drop some in, get shooting. All right, so we're set up about 40 yards from our target. I did zero this optic in, but let's just have some fun with it. Start off, and got 10 loaded up, see how it does. Oh my God. It's so fun. I think that's it. We're out. That is insane. Of course, this being a 22, there's absolutely no recoil, but I absolutely love it. It's so short in size. You could kind of get a little shoulder on it if you wanted to. I'll try that out next. But so far, I absolutely love this thing. It is definitely going to be a great range toy for me. All right, so I got 5 loaded up this time. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to try to do it quick, and let's see how far I can just get it out there and get a good feel for it. We can try to shoulder it a little bit, and well, as much as you can. More of like a chest, I guess, if you wanted to, but let's give it a try. Out. Speed round with the Mares Leg? I think so. Let's get into it. All right. Well, guys, that's going to go ahead and do it for the Heritage MFG Mares Leg. This is the Settler 22 LR, and I think this is by far the funnest, affordable plinking rifle pistol on the market. And with the ability to put the RangerPoint precision, I'm so glad they made an MLOK rail for this. It looks so much cooler. RangerPoint, if you're seeing this, hit your boy up. I am not sponsored by them. From what I have seen here today, this thing is definitely sweet. It's coming in around 450 bucks minus all the work that I did to it. The RangerPoint rail is around 150, so not terrible. But all in all, I think it's a great rifle. I think it's so fun. It's going to be perfect for range days, and of course, with it being 22 LR, it gives the option for the younger audience to go ahead and shoot these bad boys with parental guidance. And thank you guys, my lovely subscribers, for watching all the way to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's content. Came out here in the freezing cold to shoot this video for you guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know you guys loved the last lever action build I did, and I hope this one shies not far from it. But if you haven't already, like, subscribe. We got some new content coming up all the time. And of course, we have more giveaways coming up. With it being 2025, I want to do a giveaway very soon. And if you're interested in that, leave a link down to the Facebook page where you can go ahead and check out details and what we've given away in the past. So thank you guys for all the support. And as always, I'll catch you guys next time.